What is your name, please?
My name is Walter Castle.
What is your name, please?
My name is Walter Castle.
What is your name, please?
My name is Walter Castle.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one is the real Walter Castle, and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. Now, here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome once again to Tell the Truth. Now may I introduce our panel. What is your name, please?
My name is Polly Bergen.
My name is Ronald Reagan.
My name is Kitty Carlisle.
And my name is Hy Gordon.
Ronnie, may I take just a moment to tell you how happy we all are to have you with us tonight on our panel?
Well, thank you very much. Great pleasure for me to be here, although it would be more pleasure if I was where I usually am at this hour, which is home watching this show.
I bet you'd have just as good a time here. You wait and see. Now, these three gentlemen, as you heard, all claim to be Walter Castle. Only one, of course, is the real Walter Castle. The other two have merely assumed his identity, and they do not have to stick to the truth. Panel, as usual, you'll find in front of you copies of an affidavit. Will you please follow along with your copies as I read it? I, Walter Castle, am a leading baritone with the Metropolitan Opera Company. Earlier this year, I set a performance record by singing 3 different roles at the Met within one 24-hour period. On Friday evening, I sang Baron Scarpia in Tosca. At the Saturday matinee, I sang Kurvenal in Tristan and Isolde. And that same night, sang John the Baptist in Salome. Incidentally, these are the actual costumes I wore for the 3 roles. One of them was made entirely by me. Signed, Walter Castle. All right, panel, just as I heard them, you heard all these 3 gentlemen claim to be Walter Castle, Metropolitan baritone. Only the real Walter Castle is required to answer your questions truthfully. You will each question until you hear this signal, and at the end of the questioning period, you will be asked to cast your vote for the one who, in your opinion, is the real Walter Castle. And let's start this opening round of questioning tonight with Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Thank you, Bud. Number 1, which costume did you make?
I made his.
Number 2, which costume did you make?
I made my own.
And number 3, which costume did you make?
I made my own.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you made his. Number 1, in Tosca, who is Spoletta?
Spolenta is the servant to Tosca.
Number 2, is Brangene a soprano or a mezzo-soprano?
She's a mezzo-soprano.
And number 3, what street is the stage door at the Metropolitan on?
Which stage door?
Oh. Number 1, is the shepherd in Tristan a lady or a gentleman singer?
Gentleman.
In number 2, is it a lady or a gentleman?
It is usually played by a lady.
Hi.
Number 1, what other famous baritone, now singing with the Met, at one time sang in burlesque?
Oh, that would be Bob Merrill.
Uh-huh. Number 2, who preceded Rudolph Bing as manager of the Metropolitan?
Edward Johnson.
Number 3, what is the name of the music critic at the Herald Tribune?
No, the moment can't think.
Number 1, would you know?
No.
Number 2?
Olin Downs.
Number 1, what is the name of the music critic of the World Telegram? Maybe you don't read music critics.
Well, I usually do.
How long, number 1, has Ezra Dolan been the stage doorman at the Met?
Oh, I would say about 26 years.
And how long would you say, number 2?
I don't remember the gentleman's name.
And number 3?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Polly Bergen.
Number 1, it says here that you played all these different roles all in one evening, and that's sort of very unusual. It must have been an emergency. Who got sick?
John McIntyre.
John McIntyre?
Yes.
Were you supposed to play one of the roles?
No, I wasn't.
Originally? Oh, he was supposed to play all
Yes.
3 of them. I see. Number 2, have you ever played in Carmen?
Yes, I have.
Number 3, who is Don Jose's girlfriend before he meets Carmen?
Michaela.
Number 2,
Ronnie?
Number 3, it says here in the affidavit that you make your own costumes. What is a gusset?
You're better tailor than I.
Number 1, do you know what a gusset is?
No, I don't.
Number 2?
It's a tunic.
It says here that you sang, number 1, I'm sorry, that you sang John the Baptist in Salome. I was going to say Salome until I heard...
I think you're quite right, as a matter of fact. I stand corrected. I think it is
never
Salome.
going to correct an announcer.
No, I think it is Salome.
Well, who wrote the text, the libretto of Salome?
I don't recall.
That's all the time we have, so it's time to vote, panel. And without consultation, would you please mark your ballots before they're blown away by a gusset of wind and select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Remember, please, the team of challengers will get $250 for every incorrect vote. All marked? Polly, so soon? For whom did you vote?
I'm positive. I'm positive it's number 3 because I don't think a gusset is a... What did he say it was?
A tunic.
A tunic, I don't think. And number 1 said that one of the roles that Kitty asked him about was played by a gentleman, and it's played by a man, I think.
Lady. The
Lady.
opposite.
I mean, lady, yeah. Anyway, he sounded very... He is... Well, I'm positive it's number 3, anyway.
Title of a new play by Polly Bergen, Man or Gentleman? Right, please, your vote.
Well, I picked number 1. I know that a gusset isn't a tunic, too, but somehow every time number 1 spoke, I could hear the road to Mandalay.
All right, reason enough. Kitty?
Well, they all 3 sounded like singers, but I voted for number 3 because number 1 did not answer the question about Tristan correctly, and Olin Downs has passed on, and I think it must be number 3.
Hi, Gardner.
Well, I voted for number 3. I thought it was number 1, and he mentioned Bob Merrill being in burlesque, and he was. But when I mentioned Ezra Dolan as the stage doorman at the Met, Ezra is the promotion man at Parade. He never has been near the Met. Furthermore, number 3 looks like he's dressed for the opera.
All right, fair enough. There we have our votes and the reasons we voted the way we did, and I hope you're voting right along with us at home. We'll find out now how right or wrong we and you are as we discover which one of these 3 gentlemen is the real Metropolitan baritone. So will the real Walter Castle. Please stand up.
Ah! Oh.
Thank you, sir, very much, Walter. Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what you do, please?
My name is Dan DiColo, and I'm a regional field manager for Every Woman's Family Circle magazine.
And number 2, what about you?
My name is Jack Riley. I'm a salesman in the men's furnishings department of Weber and Heilbronner's on the corner of 42nd Street and Madison Avenue.
Some of which clothes he makes himself, as you heard. Well, I think, in all fairness to Mr. Castle, it's impossible for him to really get out of all that hair he's wearing tonight. So instead of that, we'd like to show you a picture of what he really looks like. There he is, right there. And in checking up on the score, we find that the panel did mighty well tonight on its first round. There was only 1 incorrect vote for $250 from Marlboro. But, gentlemen, I hope you had fun with your visit to us. We certainly enjoyed having you here. Stop on your way out, if you will, please, and each pick up a carton of Marlboros. And good night and the best of good luck to you. Let's meet our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Judy Russell.
What is your name, please?
My name is Judy Russell.
What is your name, please?
My name is Judy Russell.
Again, panel, will you follow along with your copies of this affidavit as I read it? I, Judy Russell, have been an active 4-H club member since I was 10 years old. Among my recent club projects have been the raising of a herd of beef cattle, sewing, cooking, tractor maintenance, and entomology. As a result of a nationwide competition, I was this year chosen from the more than 1 million girl members of 4-H to receive the club's top award. I am 1958's Miss Young America in 4-H. Signed, Judy Russell. You heard, as did I, panel, these three young ladies all claim to be Judy Russell, Miss Young America in 4-H for 1958. And we start this cross-examination with Hi Gardner. Hi?
Well, I'm trying to think of a question on entomology that won't want to make everybody scratch. So what do you pay now, for example, for a small village of ants? Number one.
Well, you can buy the ant farms now for, I think, $1 or so.
Do you, number two, do you get the ant farms in school while studying entomology?
I really don't know, to tell you the truth. I haven't heard of these ant farms.
Number three, in what city are you a member of the 4-H club?
I'm a member from Hamburg, New York.
Hamburg, New York.
Yes.
Did you learn to cook in Hamburg?
Yes, I did.
Number one, who were the judges who voted you Miss America in 4-H?
17 magazines.
17, the editors?
Yes.
Polly Burke.
Number two, could you tell me how long you cook a 6-pound roast beef per pound to get rare roast beef?
Well, rare roast beef. Oh, I should imagine about 3 hours or so.
Could you tell me how many minutes per pound, number three?
Oh, per pound.
No, I can't.
Would you like to change your answer, number two? You must have you misunderstood, right? I'm sorry, I probably didn't explain it to you.
Oh, well, you probably would cook the whole thing about that long.
Number one, how many minutes per pound?
I wouldn't know.
Ronnie Reagan.
Number one, it says here that you're...
It's your water yet. Wait a minute.
Number one, it says here that you're an expert on sewing. You tell me, what is a gusset?
He's still harping on the same old tuning. All right, go ahead.
I still say that guy could sing Road to Mandalay, too. Do you know the...
No, I don't.
Now, it says here also, number two, that you raise beef cattle. What breed? What kind of beef cattle?
Hereford.
Number three, what is a polled Hereford?
Polled Hereford is a cow without the horns.
Number two, what does a Hereford look like?
Well, it's a deep red color and white-faced.
Number one, what does 4-H
Kitty
stand
Carlisle.
for? I'm in a hurry. What does 4-H stand for?
They don't give you much time, hurry.
No.
Well, the 4-H's stand for head, heart, hand, and health.
And number two, how many 4-H clubs are there in this country?
I couldn't say for sure.
Number three, how many are there?
There are about 90,500, I think.
Number one, what is the insect that multiplies so fast it's used for experimental purposes?
I believe that would be the fly, I think.
That's all we have time for right now. Once again, it's time to
Could
vote,
I
panel.
ask
So
one
without...
more
I'm
question?
sorry.
But I didn't get any answer
I'll
yet.
give you an answer. The answer is no. I'm sorry.
Couldn't you just ask
Please.
them how many?
Please mark your ballot.
But-
I would cook at 25 minutes a pound. Please mark your ballots and select number one, number two, or number three. All right, Polly, have you marked your ballot?
Well, I voted for you because you were right. Actually, it's about 17 to 20 minutes, but you came the closest.
What number did you vote for? Come on, Polly.
Oh.
Pick a number.
I voted for number three because number one didn't know what a gusset was. And I think I do. I think it's the thing that fits on... Isn't it goes in it? No, I won't tell in case he asks the third group. But, and number two, it didn't seem to have the information that number three had, so I voted for her, but you knew how to, well...
Ronnie, what about your vote?
Well, I was stuck because number two and number three were both right about the beef cattle, which is the only thing I knew anything about, so I voted for number one because the winner the last time didn't know what a gusset was either.
All right, Kitty, what about yours?
I voted for number three because she knew how many clubs there were in this country.
Huh? And Hi Gardner, your vote.
I voted for number three for no reason at all.
All right, there we have it now. Our votes, and how are yours coming along? We're going to find out right now and settle once and for all which one of these three young ladies is the real Miss Young America in 4-H. So will the real Judy Russell please stand up?
Sure it's
Just a minute, Kitty. Just a way to find out about the others. Number one, would you tell us who you really are and what you do, please?
My name is Arnett Wilder, and I live here in New York and go to Rhodes School.
Thank you. And number three, what about you?
My name is Mary Ann Brett. I'm a student at Uville College in Buffalo, New York.
Now, Kitty, you have a question?
Why didn't Miss Russell know how many clubs there were in this country?
Well, to tell you the truth, they kind of
Good
change.
title for a show.
They change very rapidly. I could tell you population of 4-Hers in the United States, but not exactly clubs.
Thank you.
All right, good enough. You did very well. And just as the panel did well the first time, they didn't do so well this time. In fact, they did 100% badly, but that's good for you. That means there were 4 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total, ladies, of $1,000 from Geritol. Divide it, enjoy it, and thank you very much for being with us tonight. Good luck. Now, normally at this time, panel, will you pay attention for just a minute? Because at this time, normally, I would say a few words about Marlboro cigarettes. Before we do, however, this time, I would like to ask Mary Ann Brett, the girl who is number 3 in this last round, to come back on stage, please. I would like Mary Ann Brett, the girl who was number 3 in the last round, to come out on stage, please. I say I would like Mary Ann Brett, the girl who was number 3 in the last round, to come back out on stage, please. And now, panel, while you're wrestling with this one, what with all the interest in the America's Cup yacht race, it seems only fitting we should take a little look in on a yachting story of our...
Are allergies a pain in the nose?
Now, panel, here's your problem. Listen carefully. Each of the Brett triplets here insists that she is Mary Ann Brett, the one who pretended to be the national 4-H champion in the last game. Now, since you all talked to the real Mary Ann not more than 2 minutes ago, it should be easy for you to pick her out.
But she was already.
Just to make it even easier, the real Mary Ann did 4 things that the others did not do. First, she paid a call on Polly Bergen's husband, Freddie Fields, at his office this morning. Second, she personally got an autograph from Ronald Reagan in his hotel suite yesterday. Third, she chatted with Kitty Carlisle's husband, Moss Hart, backstage yesterday during a rehearsal of My Fair Lady. And fourth, she visited Hy Gardner's wife, Marilyn, at their apartment this afternoon. All clear, panel? Since this is also clearly explained, we'll begin this question with our clear thinker, Polly Bergen.
Oh, thanks a barrel. I pass. Number 1, you visited my husband. Where is his office located?
It's located on Madison Avenue, Madison and 57th.
Number 2, what floor is my husband's office on?
It's on the 11th floor.
Number 3, could you tell me, what does my husband's secretary look like?
Well, she's attractive, and...
What kind of hair does she have? Number 3, what kind of hair does she have?
I believe it's dark, and she has it in an updo. Kind of like a bun on the top.
Number 2...
Ronnie? Number 3.
No, wait a minute.
Number 3, what color sport coat was I wearing yesterday when you got the autograph?
You didn't have one on.
Number 2, what was the number of my room?
Wait, I want to clear up number 3 first.
Number 2. Oh, what was the number of my room?
2100.
This is an awful... My wife is watching me. Number 1, how many men were in the room with me? What?
There were 2 other men in the room.
Well, that clears you anyway.
Yeah, I'm cleared there, but I'm in a fog here.
Number 1, did my husband look happy yesterday?
Yes, I've never seen him before, but he looked
Number 2, who was he
Who was he rehearsing? Well, there weren't any people on the stage.
Nobody
They weren't
there
in
at all.
rehearsal,
Sally
no.
Ann Howe's there?
I didn't see her.
No. Number 3, what kind of a tie did he have on?
He had a red striped tie on, I believe. Yeah.
Gee, I don't know myself. Yesterday. Number 1, did he wear glasses?
Yes.
He did. It's not my husband. Number 2, what did he say?
Oh, that he was happy to meet me.
Oh, it doesn't sound like him at all. It gets worse and worse. Number 3, how long did you talk to him?
Oh, I'd say about 5 minutes.
Number 1, did he say anything about me?
No.
Definitely not my husband.
Hi, Gardner. When you ring the bell to the apartment door, what odd type of noises, number 1, are you greeted with?
I wouldn't know.
Number 2?
Dogs barking.
Number 3?
I don't know. I didn't notice.
Yeah. Number 2, when you walk in, how many dogs are there in the house?
2.
Number 1, what color are the dogs? You would know because you didn't see any or hear any.
They're white.
They're white, huh? Now you have. Those dogs haven't been given baths for weeks. Number 2, when you come in, what musical instruments do you see in the living room?
Right, that's all the time we have, so you'll have to mark your ballots, if you will, please, panel. And in so doing, as you have before this evening, vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. All set? For whom did you vote this time?
Are you sure your husband doesn't wear glasses? Because I voted for number 1, not on any of the answers to questions, because I don't know anything about Ronald Reagan and his hotel room. or any of those other things, and they all answer the questions about my husband right. But number 1 looks, I think, like the girl who was number 3 last time.
Okay, Ronnie, what about your vote?
I voted for number 2, because that little inset there, it looks sort of like a gusset.
And Kitty, your selection?
Well, I voted for number 2 because I thought her report about the rehearsal was fairly correct. I don't think there were many people around when she saw him.
Hi, Gardner, your vote.
I voted for number 2 because when you get within a mile of my place, the dogs bark.
All right, there you have it now. The votes are in, the dogs have barked, and the minds are all made up. So let's find out right now, without any further ado, which one of these 3 very attractive young ladies is the real Mary Ann Brett. So, will the real Mary Ann Brett please stand up?
Well, I don't see well with my glasses.
Thank you very much, Mary Ann. Now, number 1 of the Brett family trio, would you tell us what your real name is?
My name is Maureen.
There's no point in asking you what you do, because you probably all do the same thing, go to the same school, I assume, do you?
Yes, but we take different courses.
Oh, well, that would be figured, too. And what about you, number 3?
My name is Millicent.
Millicent. Millicent and Mary Ann is all right. Well, as I said, the panel did real well. They matched their first attempt tonight in the first round, and you did okay. What led you to the real one this time?
Oh, me?
Yeah, Ronnie.
What? Oh, I guess that she's still carrying the autograph.
You could see it. What's the matter, Polly?
I could have sworn it was number 1.
What did you have on in your hotel suite yesterday, Ronnie?
Yes, clear that up, will you, please?
Well, me and the 2 fellas that were with me, I had my coat off, but I had a tan shirt and a necktie.
Well, I'm glad you had that, because apparently
And,
Moss...
I mean,
Oh, sure. Well, I hope you had fun with us, ladies. We sure had a lot of fun with you 3 very lovely triplets. And, sorry, it's only $250, but I hope the fun more than makes up for it. Good night, the best of good luck to you, and stay just as sweet as you are. That's all the time we have for tonight, except I'm sure I speak for all of us, Ronnie, when I say that we're all looking forward to your new GE Series Theater this season.
Well, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it, too, and hope we'll be able to please the folks every Sunday night.
I'm sure you will. Come back and see us again, will you?
Would like to very much.
Going to work in a tunic?
Next week on our panel will be composer-musician Arthur Schwartz. And I guess that's all for the vital statistics, so good night, panel.
Good night.
Good night.
And this is Bud Collier saying good night and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production, in association with the CBS Television Network. Miss Bergen's Gown by Wilma.